Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, here we are again for a little tutorial here. We're gonna do some work on the Defender. We have bought some extended CVDs for both front and rear. So far I've done the rear because it's easiest, and I haven't done the front part yet, so I'm gonna show you guys how to put it back together. I already took it apart and everything out, and I'm going to show you guys how everything's laid out and how it goes back. Before that though, I just want to let you guys know we got a couple more things going on here tonight, or another video. I got my Unimog, my D12, and the Bronx over here, which is making a comeback. The Bronx is down for a while because the receiver went out on it, and I had an Injora / Dumbo RC radio, and the receiver was the same thing, and I couldn't find the same receiver for it that matched the actual Injora. So I went ahead and looked around. I found a Dumbo RC that had the same code as the Injora, so I think that should be the same exact the receiver, so we'll be able to put that in and make this guy come back to life again. The Unimog, well, not much going on there. We're just gonna add the Mercedes-Benz badging to the front here, and the tires that it comes with are a little loose. When they're wet, they slip, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue them from the back so I can continue using these tires, which are pretty good. They're tacky and they hold up pretty well in different situations. But on top of that, we got some wheels and tires for it. These are from WPL. These are from the B series. They're military trucks. I found some that are the same color as the Unimog over here. The reason why I got this is because the thread is more aggressive than the traditional Unimog thread. See the difference there? These are great for all conditions most of the time, except for really slippery, muddy conditions. So that's the reason why we got these, for a little more mud traction. We'll be putting these into the truck and testing it out. And for the Suzuki here, the D12, all we're going to do is add some badging to it. I got the badging from AliExpress. We got the Suzuki logo there, and the actual logo, and the carry. That's all going to go on here. That's going to be something I'm going to add just up here in the front. So basically just badging on both wheels and tires of the Unimog and the receiver on the Bronx. Other than that, we're going to focus on the Defender right now. I'm going to show you guys what I did so far. I'll bring the camera closer and show you what I did here. Basically, the rear end is already done. It's real simple. The drive shafts are extended a little bit longer than your traditional drive shaft, by a couple of millimeters. And I took them off from the back here. They're very easy to take off the wheels, the tires. All you gotta do basically is take out the hex and the little pin in the back. You take the tires off, and basically you take these off here. You take the links off from the back, and these links as well, and then the whole entire, there's a couple of screws on the back here, so when you take those screws out and everything else kicking out, the whole entire drive shaft should come right off. So basically all I did was take all the screws out, the two little screws, and then I just pulled them and it came right off. And after that, I went ahead and opened up the pumpkin here to pull out the original Diffs. These are plastic, and we got the upgraded metal ones, which are down over here. I've had those for a while. I bought them a while back ago when they first came out. I just didn't have the money to buy the upgrade shafts and stuff for the Traxxas here. So I kind of did the waiting game and waited a little bit, and I found these extended ones through Injora, and I picked them up. As you can see here, the difference here is it's very little, maybe about a millimeter or two bigger than the stock ones. So it just gives you a little bit more, it'll make your truck a little bit wider, more of a wider wheelbase on both sides, front and back. And you can put in different tires, so you one with a lot of offset or some with less offset. And by having the extended shafts, you won't have to worry about, or CBDs, you don't have to worry about binding, especially here in the front. This is a big problem. The tire tends to bind on the steering pin here, so that's kind of one of the this kind of helps that issue, and it avoids the wheel from binding onto the steering link over here. Anyway, we're going to get started. Like I said, the back's already done. We're going to go ahead and build the front side back up together. Everything's been taken apart. Everything's unscrewed. So we're going to go ahead and kick off the diff over here. I already took out the original shafts. So these are the original. I'm going to go ahead and pull the diff out. There's your diff. Bushings. Your diff, your bushings. Both sides. And then you got your pinion gear back there. Push it through. Came right off. There's your pinion gear. Everything's off. Now there's a couple of bushings here. There's one over here. Take this bushing off here. I'm gonna grease it up a little bit, full of grease in it. I do recommend greasing up everything. Every time you do anything like this, you take stuff apart and there's bearings or bushings involved, just grab a little grease and just grease them up. It won't take you very long, and it'll help you keep your parts from rusting out or seizing. I'll go ahead and put some glue there. I'll put some more grease on these bushings over here. Inside and out. And we're going to go ahead and put everything back together here real quick. Alright, that's done. There's another bushing in the inside of the pumpkin. Looks like I can push it out. If it doesn't come off, it's okay. We'll just add some grease from the inside, but I think it did, so it's right over here. Where did it go? I think I must have lost track of it. Fell somewhere. We'll find it. Anyway. Oh yeah, I found this over here. There it is. Add some grease to that one as well. Just grease up everything, basically. That's all you gotta do. Use marine grease. Marine grease is very good for all these types of things. Alright, everything's gutted out, clean, grease, inside, a little more in the back here, and then just go ahead and put your bushings back in. Put the rear bushing here, pops right in, the inner bushing also pops right in. Place. Alright. Alrighty then. Now go ahead and here's your pinion. I already greased it beforehand, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it in there. these in. If gears are rolling, remove the CBD, you see the differential, and that means it's working properly. Then, we're going to go ahead and put the drive shaft in. Here's the front part of it, this goes in the back. Got a fine little hole through here. Screw. There's already grease on the other side, so it should be okay. But yeah, I should add grease to the cover so it gets a little more waterproof. Alright, all your screws are in. We'll go ahead and tighten her down. Alright, we're going to go ahead and tighten down the knuckles here. Be a good time if you decide to go ahead and buy the metal servo holder to go ahead and install it. Now you have the thing taken apart. That's if you do have the metal servo holder. I don't have one, so I'm just gonna skip the stock one so far. These are a real pain in the butt. They're probably the hardest part of the front side here. It's just so hard to put back in. They're so small. But I finally figured it out. Let's see. There's the two little links there, and the gaps are really tight. And sometimes they don't want to go in, so you just gotta be patient and do as best you can. What I recommend is sticking one in first and grabbing the screw and push it in to where you can lock this one in place, and then you can start worrying about the other one, and then do the same thing with the other one. Try to get it to where you can stick the long screw through so it'll stay put. That's what I did, and that helps. So right now we're almost done putting it back together. Inner links are done. I'll go ahead and do the top links. Are probably the easiest ones. You just actually go attach your shocks, so shocks are there. Into there first, and then you put your shocks behind them. use the screw to push it through before you screw it down. It'll help keep the links from coming out of place. Luckily, these are pretty flexible because they're plastic. You kind of, figure it out and make it fit. It's just so many small parts and little screws, and I have big hands and big fingers. It just makes it a little more difficult for me to do sometimes. But so far so good. Everything's looking pretty good. Everything's in place. I'm gonna put the drive shaft in there and keep the steering leak up on the front here. Go ahead and put the drive shaft in. Whatever you do, don't over tighten your drive shafts because they're plastic and they might strip out. Just be careful of that. Alright, drive shaft in. Got the bottom screws from the knuckles. We're going to go on the top and do the top screws. Only a couple screws there. Steering leak on, 3 screws in. We're just about done here, fellas. Now, I'll go ahead and put the pins and the brass hexes on. And I have lots of extra pins here. Alright. We're all done here. Finally, everything's in place. We have our front and rear extended CVDs. And we have our metal diffs. So everything's looking pretty smooth right now. If you can tell here, see how much of that's coming out there? You can make this wider with a 10mm hex. Right now the ones I have on here are 5mm hex and they work fine. There's been no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and test it just so you guys can see how everything works after putting the metal differentials and the extended CBs. Yeah. You see? There is a little bit of binding, but not that much. Being that the wheel is also pretty narrow, it kind of helps a little bit. But with the, if you take the 10mm hexes, this should not happen anymore. But right now, as things go, it looks pretty darn good. Anyway. Yeah, so that's that. Let's go ahead and unplug this battery and turn off the receiver. And I'll go ahead and put the body on. Just give you an idea how it looks with the narrower wheels and tires. And there she is. Looks a little funny with the extended CVDs, but you know, like I said, with 10mm hexes, you can push those wheels and tires out just a bit more. And as far as things goes, looks pretty good. Seems to feel the mud guards pretty well, which I like. Alright, so there you have it. We have our Defender with a new Pro-Line wheels and tires. The rims were painted by me to match the color of the vehicle. As far as things go, that's all I'm doing for this guy today. Now we're going to move on to our next little quick project, and that's going to be our Unimog over here. We're going to go ahead and add the logo. We're going to swap out the wheels and tires. That's pretty much it. Alrighty then, we're going to go ahead and add the Unimog badging, and we're going to swap out the wheels and tires and add some glue to the original tires over here. That way we can have some nice solid tires for this guy. Here's the logo. There's some glue on there. We have our wheels and tires. Alright, I'm going to take off these wheels and tires first, and we'll worry about the logo. All you need is basically a Phillips wrench. This is what it is. Around. They're a little bit smaller than the original tires, but they look pretty darn well as far as I can see. Alright, so we're adding glue to the tires because these tires tend to slip when they get really wet, so we're adding glue on the backside. Tire glue, so they can stay put when the time comes. I'll put a few drops on each corner. I'll try to overstuff it with glue. Just enough for a tire to stay nice and snug where it's already at. I'm only putting glue on the back side because I don't want to get the front side stained. It won't look right. So if you do want to put glue on your Unimog wheels and tires, I would recommend putting glue on the back and leaving the front as is. One, two, 3, 4. And just grab the tip and go around. And do a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Let's go ahead and let all this bond, and hopefully next time we go out and have an adventure, the wheels won't slip anymore. You see there's a cross pattern back there. Well, I would just put a drop of glue on each end of the cross pattern. Alright, here they are. I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry overnight and bond out and call it good. Going to put the glue back in, and here's the uni mug with a new badging. Looks so much better, so much nicer. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the uni mug. New tires, new wheels and tires, and the logo. Now, I still got a couple more things to do. I got to put the badging on this side, and we're gonna go ahead and put the receiver into the Bronx to make it run again. So that'll be in part 2. For now, this is all I have for you guys to show you. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging in here with me. And y'all have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye.